Good morning, everyone. Before I get into it, let me just make sure that you guys can hear me. So whoever is watching, let me know in the chat if you can hear me. And then I'll start talking about stuff. So today is my 11th Rez Day. I feel really old. I found Second Life in my 20s and now I'm in my 30s. Great, thank you, Chantel. And I gotta admit, I'm starting to feel old. But I also am so thankful for this world and platform and everything that it has given me, and all the support and the escape and everything that I get from Second Life. So I'm so thankful to be a part of this wonderful community. I'm so thankful for you guys. You're always there for me whenever I've needed any kind of support, advice, guidance, and I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I am celebrating my Rez Day by doing a few things. First thing is, if you click on over to the link in the description of the video, and I also shared it in chat, you'll see my blog post. In my blog post, I've covered 5 topics. One is I'm doing a 5,000 Linden Rez Day giveaway. And in order for you to enter the giveaway, all you have to do is just share your Second Life username and then let me know if you have a bento head or so forth, because I'm giving the 5,000 lindens to you guys so you can purchase a bento head. If you already have one that you like and you don't want another, then of course you can put it towards something else. My only request is that you do spend it in Second Life and contribute to this economy. But yeah, I'm just trying to get more people into bento heads, and so you guys can enjoy it and feel all updated and everything. So one of my readers will get that. You can enter that giveaway by leaving your comments in the blog post, and you'll find that link in the description of the video and of course in the chat. So the Rez Day is one of the things I'm doing, and then I'm also doing I brought back one of my challenges. It's called the Second Life Yearbook Challenge, and I started doing this a few years ago. I think, let me bring this over here so you guys can see. Like, I think that the first one I did was 2015, and basically what I ask is for you guys to make like a portrait style yearbook photo, like in a portrait, but I know some people do other sizes and that's fine, but usually yearbook style. Thank you. I'm glad you guys. Yes, we are live. I started a few minutes early, sorry. I was like, I'm all ready, might as well start. So like a portrait style, you can put something there, like most likely to win the lottery or something, I don't know. Or something fun. So you can do a portrait style yearbook photo and add it to the Flickr group. I have a link to the Flickr group. It's called Second Life Yearbook, in my blog post as well. And it's kind of fun to go through all the portrait pictures. Some people don't do portrait pictures, but you can do other kind of yearbook pictures if you like. But it's fun. It kind of looks like a yearbook. This is my picture from last year. And yeah, it's fun. So I brought back that challenge. And the other thing that I'm doing for my Rez Day is, of course, the advertising sale on my blog. It's been going on since April 25th. It's going to end tomorrow night. All of my advertising rates are 50% off. So you can, if you want to take advantage of it, if you want to see, here, I'll show you the ads are on the sidebar in my blog, and usually they're all ads of Second Life residents, content creators, and sometimes it's their blogs, sometimes it's their their stores. So if you do have an ad blocker when you visit my blog, can I please ask you to support my blog and kind of disable the ad blocker for my blog, so you get to see the ads here, because you never know, you might find something interesting. They're of different, like, jewelry designers and a video website for Second Life artists, and different things. You might discover something that you like. So consider removing the blocker from my blog. I'd appreciate that. If you can, that would be great. And of course, the last thing I'm doing is the Ask Me Anything. Basically, on a couple of weeks ago, I did a blog post where I asked you guys to share questions with me that you want me to answer, and I pretty much let you ask me anything. I wasn't willing to answer anything too personal, and that was great. You guys really came through. I got like a whole bunch of questions from via email in the blog post and also in the video. So I've in my blog post from yesterday, I wrote down 9 questions. Then I got one more via email last night. So I've added that to my list that I will answer, and I'll update my blog post with the answers and the last question, the 10th question that I got after this live stream. And I'll at the end, if I haven't been like answering the questions for like an hour and you guys aren't sick of my face, then maybe I'll take some questions live in the live chat. If you guys have any more, we can give that a whirl if I'm not too nervous about taking live questions. So that's it. So I'm gonna start answering some of the questions. Also, I did actually at the end, I did a little bit of a thank you to you guys for the support, and also to like a couple of weeks ago or about a month ago or something, I met Philip Rosedale. He was the founder of Second Life. He took me on a tour of High Fidelity. He's no longer the CEO, of course, of Linden Lab. He left back in like 2010 or something. But when I met him, I was so close to telling him how he saved my life, but I didn't, because I felt silly saying it. I felt like it would be too dramatic. But I really feel like because of him and Second Life, and you know, my life is so much more than it could have been, and I feel like I've been through so much this past decade with so many things, personal things in real life going on with me, that without the support and escape that I got from Second Life, I'm not sure I would have survived it so miraculously. So yeah, I wanted to thank him for creating Second Life, and also to, you know, the people that work in Linden Lab for maintaining it. Because I get so much from it, and of course to you guys. So the thank yous there at the end of my blog post as well. I'm already getting questions in my live chat. Let me go through the AMA questions I got first, and then if I have time, I'm going to answer the live chat questions as well. I'm going to copy paste this live chat question into my Ask Me Anything just at the end, so I don't forget it. Okay. So I'm going to start answering the questions now. So the first question I have written down is do you get all Bento mesh heads and mesh avatar bodies you write reviews for from the creators for free, or do you have to pay for them? This one was from Ryan. He left it in my blog post. So yes, the reviews that I do regularly, the mesh heads, mesh bodies, Bento mesh heads, all those things, yes. Now, a majority of them, I do get them for free because the designers drop them on me, and I really appreciate that. But when I first started blogging mesh heads, I bought everything. A couple of the first mesh heads that I blogged, I bought myself, and those were Logo Alex and Katwa Jessica. I didn't know the designers of Logo, and I'm just gonna kind of bring up the blog. This is from 2015, the Logo Alex one, and the Katwa Jessica is also from 2016, September, and that one is from October. So I bought these. I didn't know these designers. I just went, everybody was talking about the releases. I went to the stores, I tried the demos. They had a couple, I know the Logo one had like 3 out. So I chose Alex after demoing because I thought she was gorgeous. And then I did a detailed post, you know, with my own money, all that stuff. And same thing with the Cat with Jessica. Once I did that, I guess the designer side, because, you know, I try to promote on social media. I added to the designers Flickr groups and whatever. I'd never contact the designers themselves and say, hey, I blogged your item. I just don't feel comfortable doing that. I also don't feel comfortable asking designers for items. I can't remember any time that I've done that. So I just put in their Flickr groups quietly, and then they see that I've blogged it. And from right after I blogged the Katwa Jessica, and even I think Logo Alex, the next release that they did, they started sending me their heads. And since then, they've been sending me all their heads. And since they started sending me their heads, I just felt like I had to do a better job blogging it. I wanted to, like, you know, I did, the first time I did it was I shared the pictures of the animations and some details. Oh, I even have the price in there. I wasn't sure if I had shared price and everything. So once I started, yeah, I do have the price. So once they started sending me more of the items, I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep blogging. And then I eventually started doing videos. And I think the more I did that, the more mesh head designers saw that. And then they all started sending me, because I was just doing it and I was doing a really detailed job. Because a lot of people were confused about how they work, right? Mesh heads and so forth. So the videos, I think, helped a lot of people understand the HUDs. And I know, like, so many people tell me that my videos help them understand how to use the mesh heads and stuff and bodies properly. So once I started doing that, I think a lot of the designers started sending me items. Now, I've gotten things that I don't blog all the time. I don't blog everything that I get because it's really hard to keep up, but I do try my best to blog as much as I can, because I know it's good for you guys to learn, you know, good tutorials, and that, you know, and also I also get hits and you know, it feels nice. I'm a teacher, so it feels nice to actually teach other people about things. So I started getting, I kind of enjoy doing it at the same time, because I feel like I'm doing more than just a picture and my fashion credits. I want to be able to share my knowledge, and also pushes me to learn how to use them myself first. Like, I'm like, oh no, I have to learn this. I read all their note cards, all their blog, you know, websites, and then I'm able to teach you guys. So I enjoy that. That's just something that I love doing. So yeah, I went off track. Sorry. The question was, do I get them for free? But yes, I do get them, majority of them for free now. But when I first started blogging them, I bought the first few myself. So that's my answer. And I'm just really lucky enough to receive these heads and so forth from the designers, and I really appreciate them sharing their wonderful work with me. They don't have to at all. But I'm so appreciative of it. So that's why I always try to do a good job of covering them. And it does take me a while sometimes. There's like a backlog of like 6 heads right now that I need to blog. So hopefully I'll get to them soon. So that was the first one question. God, I'm gonna be here forever. Okay, number 2, what are some of the most effective tools you've learned for reaching a wider audience that go beyond using tags and networking on social media? And that was from Ellen, and it came via email. Sorry, excuse me. I'm just gonna take a sip of water. Okay, honestly, I think social media is really the main way I was able to reach a wider audience. And I'll tell you why. Because when I started blogging back in 2007, it wasn't like it is now. Like now there's like literally thousands and thousands of Second Life fashion bloggers. Back then it wasn't that many. It was like a handful, maybe a bit more. And I was lucky enough to start early, and I also was lucky enough that I really enjoyed social networks. Like I enjoyed joining them, creating accounts, getting to know the community. And I think that's how I really got a wider audience, because every single social network had a different community. So that was really, I don't know, I didn't really have any other kind of tools of reaching a wider audience other than being an early adopter of social media, social networks, and get really, you know, participating in them. And aside from that, I guess the other tool you could say that that helped me get attention, I don't know if it helped me reach a wider audience, but it helped me and my blog get attention, was Photoshop. Because I was blogging at a time where Second Life had no shadows and no mesh body parts, and we didn't, our avatars didn't look as shiny and new and you know, brilliant like they do now, where I'm sitting here and I'm having this wonderful animation and my skin is all smooth. And thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate all the happy Rez days. Thank you. But you know, so we didn't look at like this pretty in Second Life back when I started blogging. So enhancing my pictures using Photoshop, just adding shadows in and cleaning it up a little bit got me more attention, because not a lot of people were using Photoshop back then. I didn't even know what Photoshop was before I joined Second Life. I'm self-taught in Photoshop. I don't really know that much. So I think that's what really helped me got attention, if that is a tool. I don't know if it got me to reach a wider audience, I think really the only social media did that. But yeah, so those are my tools. I don't use Photoshop as much anymore. Like I used to spend hours sometimes on pictures. Now I just kind of, quick shot and then, that's it. But yeah, I think those two things really help my blog get noticed. Okay. Question number 3. What influenced you to begin blogging in a cell? And what steps did you take to make it the success it is today? Well, actually, I feel like I tell the story every single time. Told the story like 100 times, but I was actually forced into blogging by a good friend. Her name was Azar. I don't remember her last name now. Azar Kazan. She had a blog herself, a Second Life fashion blog. We used to belly dance together. We were good friends, hung out at this club early days in Second Life. And she started this fashion blog, and she told me that I have to join her. And I was like, no way, what am I gonna write about fashion? That's silly, that's not me. And I just want to kind of log in and dance and have some fun. I don't want to sit there and write and stuff. So she's like, no. And she was after me for literally, I think September, she started asking me to join her blog. Finally, at the end of December 2007, I decided, okay, fine, I'll give it a try. So I wrote my first blog post in December 2007. And then I got hooked because right away I got a great response because I tried to do a good picture and write something funny and then shared my credits and I think people liked it. So like I was like, hey, this is kind of fun, and I kind of stuck with it. How did I make it? How did I get a lot of readers? Sorry, I'm just gonna take a sip of water. I think what got me the most readers on my blog was consistency, because I have been continuously blogging for over a decade, and the only time I took breaks was when I went on vacation. Speaking of which, I'll be on vacation in the month of July coming up. My husband and I are going away, so I won't be here for the month of July. Just letting you guys know right now, there won't be any blog posts and videos from me, but I'll be back in August and to share some more. But yeah, I think consistency is what kept my blog going and getting more readers, because I never really took a break. I just kind of kept going. Sometimes I would only blog a couple of times. Drax, I see you in there. I will get to your question at the end of the rest of these questions. Okay. Let's see, what was I talking? Yeah, so I think consistency is what helped me get the readers that I have right now. And that's it. So question number 4, I would like to know where your biggest source of income comes from in terms of SL, blogging, building videos, and if the revenue stream comes from Google type ads or is more SL based, and where you would recommend I start if I want to earn a living from my love of SL, or if that is even possible. It's definitely possible to earn a sustainable living in Second Life. But I do not do that. I want to make that very clear. The income that I earn in Second Life is absolutely not a sustainable income. So I don't recommend you to do what I do in Second Life if you want an income that will, help you survive and live your life. My income, I work in real life, so that's my income. The income that I make in Second Life is just something that helps me pay for the blog and my other hobbies. Currently, my top 3 sources of income from my Second Life activities are from the shapes that I sell in my... Drax, you're in here with Fluffy too. Oh God. Okay, Drax is distracting me. Let me go back to my concentration. The biggest source of income right now are from the shapes that I sell in my marketplace store. So I'll put a link to it from my blog post. I'll answer all these questions, and you can see these are all my shapes. I only sell them for 99 lindens, but apparently you guys really like them, so I'm doing really well, and I appreciate you guys supporting me with that. But yeah, this is where most of my income currently is coming from, the shapes. And then the other thing, the second thing that is coming The second thing that makes me the most amount is of course the advertising that you see in my sidebar. So that is the second income that kind of is the most, the second most, that brings me the second most amount of income. And then the third, I think, is from the YouTube videos themselves, and that goes directly to my Google AdSense. So again, this is not sustainable income. This is not gonna, help you live a happy, prosperous life. So I definitely don't recommend you doing this. If you want to live a sustainable, earn a sustainable income, I highly recommend you learn how to mesh, and you create mesh clothing, body parts, or home and decor. And then you'll be able to earn a sustainable income in Second Life. And I have a blog post over here. I did it a while back in September, how to become a content creator in Second Life. And I've shared some resources here, learn 3D modeling. There's some courses, what softwares to use, and different things, designer kits, purchase land, sell your content on Second Life and Marketplace and all that. So I have this blog post, and I'm going to link to it from my post after I put in the questions. So definitely you want to do that, take that route if you're looking to make a sustainable income in Second Life. Not what I'm doing. What I'm doing is just kind of like pennies. It's a little more like thousands, but not like the thousands that will help you live a comfortable life. So yeah, that's what I do. So number 5, how many hours per week do you put into what you do? It seems impossible for a person to juggle it all. Actually, it's true. I honestly don't know how I make time for the things I think, because working from home, that helps me. But I'll be honest, I spend a lot less time in Second Life than I used to before I was married. When I was single, I sometimes used to spend like hours and hours in SL and just hang out with my friends and so chill and socialize, especially when I was younger. But as I got older, more responsibilities and got married and things to do. So I only spend about an hour or two a day, if that, in Second Life or in other virtual worlds. Sometimes I do put in more. It depends on what I'm doing, if I'm streaming that day or whatever. But if it's just like a simple blog post or something, then I'll log in for 2 hours and write the take a couple of pictures, write up the post, and then I'll log out. And then maybe the next day I'll do the video and then I'll post it. So I always write the post and do the pictures before I do the videos. So I have that, and that takes me a little bit, a little bit speeds up the process, because then when you're doing the video, you have the written content there, read it. So I've become a lot more proficient in writing up my posts and doing my videos. And also I don't Photoshop my images like before we got into mesh and different Second Life shadows and different things. I used to Photoshop my images like crazy. Sometimes I would spend like hours on one image just to make it look nice. And now it's like 5 minutes tops. Okay, I take the picture, I crop it how I want. I'll put maybe like a filter on it real quick. Maybe I'll sharpen it a little bit or something. And then I'm done. Like, because now my pictures aren't as, artsy or inspirational now. They're more instructional. So, yeah, so that's it. So that was number 5. Let's see, number 6. With all this talk about Sansar having such a low concurrency, God, and Second Life going in decline, what are your plans for when Linden Lab closes Sansar or Second Life or both? Doom, doom, doom. Okay. I have been hearing that Second Life is dying and it's going to close any minute now, since I joined Second Life back in 2007, which was 11 years ago. Honestly, I'm not that attached to Sansar. Drax is gonna be like, no, you can't chime in, Drax. He's gonna be like, how dare you say that? No, but honestly, I'm not as attached to Sansar, obviously, as I am to Second Life. I've been here for 11 years. Sansar, I've just been playing around with it for about a year. And somebody actually asked me the other day, left a comment on my videos like, why are you still logging into Second Life when there is Sansar? And I was like, are you serious? Because I'll be honest, Sansar is like my cool friend's house that I like to visit from time to time, but Second Life is my home. Like, this is where I live. This is what my time that I enjoy. And I'm not as attached to Sansar, and if it were to close tomorrow, well, yeah, it may be a bit sad. because I find sans art to be beautiful. I love exploring, and I'll miss hanging out every weekend with the other sans art residents when we do atlas hopping and stuff. But other than that, I'm sure I'm gonna be over it pretty quickly. Now, if Second Life were to close, I would be pretty devastated. Like that may hit me a bit harder for sure. But honestly, I'm sure I would move on quickly, and you know, probably to another virtual world to explore, blog about. Whatever I'm doing, I can't see myself not blogging or vlogging something or other. So even if they were to go away, I'm pretty sure I would be able to, you know, I'm not that like attached to it. I'd find something else to do, you know? So that's it. Okay, let's see. Next question is, what led you to join Second Life? What kinds of things did you do your first year, and do you make your avatars resemble you? Okay, that's like 3 in 1. Okay. Wait, did I miss a question? No, okay. So a friend told me about it, so I joined back in the day. I am no longer in touch with that friend anymore. Unfortunately, they were an online friend, so I don't know what they're doing now, but because of them, I am in Second Life. And in my first year, I mainly socialized at a couple of clubs. There were like Indian clubs. They played Indian music and Arabian music and so forth. And I became a belly dancer to earn some lindens so I can buy stuff. And I've made a lot of avatars over the years. And one time I did try to make one look like me. So there is one out there. The avatars though that I make usually depend on what mesh head I'm using, and I use that as a base, and then I try to create a shape that looks what I think beautiful with it. So that's how I usually make my avatars. I hope that answered all the questions. Right, okay. So what advice would you give for those who want to start their own fashion blog? Okay. So you only want to do it if you have the time to be consistent, because you don't want to start your blog and then decide you don't have time and then 2 months later stop posting, because you're not going to get anywhere with that. So only do it if you have the time to be consistent, and if you really love dressing up your avatar, like if you really enjoy it, okay? And you have the money for it, because you can't expect to become a blogger day one and then start receiving things for free. I think there is a big misconception there. Some people think that bloggers get or should get all their items for free, and really that's not the case at all. Like I said, when I first started blogging, I actually bought everything that I was blogging. And for several months, I blogged everything I purchased before a designer was generous enough to share their creations with me for free. So, you know, whatever they're calling it these days, don't worry about getting sponsors or whatever you people are calling it these days. Blog what you love, and it will show in your work. And then designers will appreciate that, and they will reach out to you themselves. And I know there's a lot, I'm saying that because of my experience. That's what happened to me, because there weren't that many bloggers. So maybe, obviously the playing field is a little bit different now and you have to be a bit aggressive. I still feel like you shouldn't reach out to designers or sign up to blog for them when they do those blogger calls, unless you've already blogged them a few times on your own and you've purchased some of their items, you know, and blogged it. Don't go and because then you're just going to look like you're trying to score free things, and you know, it's just I don't know, I don't want to get into too much into it. It just kind of gives bloggers a bad name, and you know, and then there's like conflicts between designers and bloggers and so forth. So it's just, you know, too much drama. Just do what you love, and it's gonna show. Like, you guys can see that I love blogging and the things that I blog. You can see my passion, you can see my desire, you can see that I really enjoy what I'm doing, and that's why designers share their work with me, and so forth. Of course, I also have the experience of like a decade of blogging, but yours will build up. So, you know, don't be discouraged. Do it if you love it, and that's it. Okay, how do you organize your inventory? I don't. Okay, unfortunately, it's too okay. Can I just like show you my inventory number? Don't judge me. It's like 206 right now. Like, it's really hard for me because I'm scared of my objects folder. I'll be honest, I totally am. The only thing that I try to keep somewhat organized is my body parts folder, because if I didn't, then I wouldn't be able to blog the mesh bodies and heads properly. So what I do is I put them all according to designer in the like the heads, and then what appliers, like skins, so forth. So I try to keep that organized. Other than that, it's like it's chaotic, it's a mess, and I've given up on it because it's just too hard. So yeah, I don't look at Drax totally spamming my chat with his with his stuff. But anyways, so that was the last question that was in my blog post. Then overnight I got another question via email. The question was, I noticed you blog all the mesh bodies and mesh heads, but you don't blog certain brands, and why is that? Well, I definitely do not blog all the mesh bodies and heads because that would be very hard to keep up with. Because there's so many out there that I haven't even blogged as of yet, even the ones that were sent to me, mainly because I don't feel like their quality was up to par, and I only like to blog items that I feel are well made. So there's a lot of things that were sent to me, but I didn't end up blogging because I didn't like it. There are also many things that I haven't blogged, or like things that I used to blog, like designers I used to blog that I've stopped blogging now. And I'll admit that those are due to personal reasons, and most of the time the reason is because I was treated poorly by the designer, or I just don't think the designer is a good person, and I don't wish to support their brand. So these are like personal reasons though, so I wouldn't ever put them on blast or something, and my experience with a designer may not be the same as your experience. That's why I just kind of avoid promoting them. And I feel like I have the right to do that, to pick and choose what I want to blog and who I want to support. You know, there are so many content creators on the grid that do phenomenal work. So I'd rather focus on the ones that I feel deserve the recognition. So it's nothing like, you know, I'm not trying to scam anybody or anything like that. I just share what I like, what I love, what I feel comfortable sharing, and what I want to support. And I feel like I have a right to do that. I know a lot of people don't like that I don't blog certain brands, or I've stopped blogging certain brands, but I don't, you know, I'm not trying to create drama about it. It's just, this is what I want to do, and it's my blog, and that's it, right? It's my party. So that's it. So I'm going to, those were all the questions that I got. So I'm going to try and go back in the chat. Ugh, Drax, you spammer. Okay. And see if I can answer some of the questions that I got. Except the chat is like gone. Okay, so everybody's saying happy Rez Day. Can your AV stop being so pretty? Thank you so much, Chantal. So sweet. Mercedes says, I totally agree about why SL means so much to you. Same here. Went through a real life event and it was God, the creator, and SL. I needed the escape. It feels a need I cannot explain. Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. Like, when I met up with Philip Rosedale that day, I really wanted to tell him, hey, you saved my life, but I felt like that's kind of silly to say, so I didn't. But that's really how I feel, you know. Second Life has meant so much to me. I purchased this is Elise. I purchased my first Bento mesh head after watching your video on it. It was a Luluka, then switched to Cadwa after watching a video on it. Now I own 6 Bento mesh heads. Yeah, a lot of people hate me because of this. Like they're like, you make me buy too many things. And honestly, I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to push these products down people's throats. I just kind of want to show you, hey, what's out there? This is what it is. Go with what you prefer. But I'm really happy that, you know, I'm doing a lot for the Second Life economy. So let's see. I'm trying to see if there's any more questions. And Drax is asking, I wonder, will you ever strike out on your own in Sansar, or are you always going to cling to that Drax guy? I'm going to have to cling to you for a while, Drax. I need the publicity, and you're so much more popular than me, right? So let's see. I'm trying to see if there's any more. Please, more demo on your shapes. I ended up buying 2 of the same. Oh, let me know if you buy 2 of my shapes. I'll give you a refund. I mean, let me know. I'm totally, you know, I'm totally okay if you purchase by accident. I'll definitely give you a refund. That's no problem. Oh my God, are you married? Yes, I am married, Fluffy. Are you crushed? Good. Winter, I miss that a lot. Oh, I don't know what you wrote that about, but I miss you a lot. I'm sorry I've kind of gone MIA a little bit. I think real life is just keeping me busy, and I'm kind of just focused on, you know, blogging and not much else in Second Life, unfortunately. But hopefully next year. Okay, so then it's just Drax being spammy. Let me see. I'm trying to see if there's any more questions here. Oh wow, it's not scrolling anymore. Okay. No, it's not silly to say that it saves lives. World of Warcraft for me. Yeah, I mean, that's how I felt, you know. And I wanted to say it to him, but I felt really like, I don't know if he's gonna be like, what's wrong with you? Love you too, Drax. I know, thank you. I'm just joking. I don't mind you. Go ahead and spam. Okay, am I the only one that goes nuts over a really well arranged bento head HUD? Yes, Mercedes, I love it when the head HUDs are so, I think that's what I love about Leluca's head so much. Their HUDs are phenomenal and they're just so smooth and they just look so well professionally done. So yeah. Oh, Drax, you're a sweetheart. Okay, so there was one question earlier. Somebody asked me, have you heard any updates on Bakes on Mesh? No, I actually have not, from my last post that I did on Bakes on Mesh. So I haven't heard any updates after that. If I do, I'm definitely, you know, I'm gonna let you guys know what I hear. But I know, according to Kathy Foyle, she said it would take like several months still, probably like 6 months or something. But as soon as I get any updates about that, I'm definitely gonna share with you guys. Unless it's in the month of July, then I won't be here. Then I'll share it in August. I think that's it. You guys don't seem to have any more questions for me. I'm going to quickly check my email to see if any more questions came in. No, that's it. So this was my first Ask Me Anythings, and I'll like live, and I have to admit I was nervous, but it wasn't so bad. Okay, wait. Someone's asking me, Madeline's asking me, love your blogs and your taste in clothing. I love making it. Question, did you ever make or assist in making clothing? Keep going as you do. No, actually I am not a content creator other than just shapes. I don't know how to make mesh items. I don't really want to take credit for anything, but there have been times where I work, my best friend, one of my best friends in Second Life is Zara Kahim, and she has a store named Zara. There have been times where I've sent her pictures and I said, can you make this for me? So she's made it and released it. So there, if that's what you can say, kind of assisted in making clothing. It's just things that I wanted and I kind of forced her to make it for me. So that's the only assistance I would say. But other than that, I don't know how to, you know, create mesh or anything like that. So no. How do you, Elise is asking, how do you make a shape from scratch? I don't know if you're asking me how to create like in your inventory. You just go to your inventory and right click, and then you can do new body part and new shape like that. And then once you do that, it creates a new shape, and then you can start making it. And then I put on whatever bento head I want to make the shape for, and then I start playing with the sliders like you've seen in the video. So that's how I create a shape from scratch. I hope that answers your question. I'm not sure if that's what you were trying to ask me. Let's see. Drax is saying we're doing a special podcast. She made tattoos once. Winter, do we have to bring this up? I hate you. Yes, okay, I will admit that once, back in the day when I was a noob, I tried to make tattoos and they were horrible, and we don't need to talk about that, okay? Alright, so Mercedes is asking, you are my first go-to for what's new in the bento world, and SL I've gotten 8 other folks to start watching you to learn, find out, and try stuff. Thank you so much, I really appreciate that. That's another way to get more readers and viewers, is word of mouth. When people appreciate what you do, then they'll share it with their family and friends. And what's, you know, a better, you know, what more can you ask for? What's a better support system than that? Let's see. Barry, I made an inventory sorting, organizing tutorial. I should send it to you. Yeah, absolutely, Alan Taylor. You don't know, on like a daily basis, I get questions. Some of them I try to like answer. Like recently I answered the people who were asking me for personal styling services. Daily basis, people ask me, how do I organize my inventory? And honestly, I don't know. I have linked to a couple of tutorials. So if you send me from my frequently asked crash. Oh, that's another thing that I should mention. I have a frequently, like if you go to my blog, guys, here, I just want to kind of make you aware of it. There's a frequently asked questions section. If you click on that, there's a whole bunch of questions that I regularly get asked, and I share the answers there. So I have the inventory question in here somewhere. There we go. Can you do a tutorial on how you manage your inventory? I don't know. So I shared Anya Omai's and Regeneration Shapes. They have great tutorials. Ellen, if you send me yours, I will add yours to this list as well, because the more the merrier, right? So B Hayes is asking, why do so many designers prefer to design for mature mesh bodies only? It's so frustrating for a Blazer Freya user. Same goes for Catwa appliers. Yeah, I can understand that, but I think designers also have to look at the time, their time management as well, and they're gonna go and make items that, you know, get them the most profit, because I mean, you know, capitalism, we're here to, you know, make some money. So I think if you look at all the polls that go on and the surveys, the majority of the users use Maitreya, and I think Maitreya just got lucky on the timing that they release, and then their HUD is so polished and everything is so well done. And I think people that people just find them very convenient, and the body, for majority of the people, love the way it looks. I know some people don't like it at all, and that's personal preference, to be honest. Doesn't, you know, mean anything about taste or anything. I prefer this body, some others prefer others. It's whatever you feel comfortable in, and also that's whatever the designers can, you know, make time to blog. The only thing I can just suggest is just contact the designers and see if they're willing to make for more, but just be nice about it. Don't be like pushy, because then you're just gonna turn them off against it, right? So, you know, that's unfortunate. I mean, that's not really much else we can do. You just kind of have to adapt, but there are people that are making for Beleza and Slink and others too, so just kind of have to kind of find those designers and hopefully support them then, you know, since they're making items that, you know, go for you, work for you. Okay, wonderful, because I modified my shape so much that it feels like my own, and I like to sell them, to make them to sell. Yes, that answered my question. Okay. So Xenia's asking, Xenial's SL is asking, as a designer, the Maitreya body is more easier to rig clothing to. Blaze and Slink are a little more difficult because of the thighs being so close together. Oh, okay, she's answering somebody else's question. Okay, Elise, I tell everyone who wishes to buy a Bento mesh head for the first time to first watch your YouTube videos and copy and paste the link to your YouTube page for them. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the support. I really do. My inventory, Madeline is like, my inventory is World War III. Yeah, trust me. Okay, so Janet is saying, sorry, Strawberry, your YouTube said this was a video. Oh, okay. Well, it was it's a live stream today. I make Maitreya and Omega mostly for all, I think. I have to go. Okay, bye Fluffy, thanks for joining. Novato is saying, you inspired me a lot, and same as you, SL just came in the right moment. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the case for a lot of people, where they say SL has really been there for them at times of need and, you know, times of hardship and so forth. So it's really a wonderful, wonderful place, you know, for it's just like real life, where you have connections with people, where you know, receive support and different things. And you know, I think everybody has a story that can resonate, and you know, I don't know what I'm saying now. Okay, the first 6 months I was in SL, I found an inventory organization video on YouTube, and so I managed it quite well in the beginning, but sadly I cannot remember the names of all my stuff, so I just use the redelivery page online to find stuff. Yeah. Okay, I'd like to know, Nevada was asking, I'd like to know, which branch do you recommend for modeling poses? Which branch? Which brand do you mean? Honestly, I don't know. Right now I love using the ginger fish poses. I like her poses a lot. I feel like she has a lot of natural looking poses and natural bends and curves. And I also love Del May, but Del May has a lot more you know, very out there poses, so it's not, they won't be for modeling. I think you should probably be able to find some at Gingerfish. Why do I keep saying Gingerfish especially. I'm the reason that you added your credit card. Okay, I apologize about that. Okay, you should link to your Draw My Second Life video. Oh god. That's from like, I think 2012 when I made it. I don't know what I was thinking, but yeah, I actually, every time I watch that video, my Draw My Second Life, I actually start crying a little, because it just brings back all the memories. So yeah, maybe I'll link to it. I'll see. I'm using a Maitreya body, and every time I'm trying the next fix from the HUD, I see it dark. I don't know how to fix it. I don't like using the neck fixes because I feel like it adds like an invisible layer and it clashes with alphas and stuff. I think there's a way you can, isn't there a way you can change it? Like if you put it on and then if you press one of these skin presets, I think it changes it. I'm not sure. Give it a try. I don't want to mess up my body tone right now, but give it a try. I'm not sure how to fix it. If somebody else knows, please share in the comments. I'm not sure. I live in a very tiny city that really should be called a town, and SL is a wonderful outlet for me. Also, I'm a mother, caregiver, and home 24/7. That's wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. And yes, SL is such a wonderful outlet for so many people. You know, so people working from home like me, for people with disabilities, people with that, you know, just are isolated, different things, and you know, people in everyday life that just want to kind of log in and enjoy themselves. It's wonderful. Okay, let's see. What new feature do you want added to SL in the future that has not been announced? Ooh, let me see. What do I want added that has not been announced? Honestly, I can't think of any feature. I mean, there's little things that I kind of wanted in the past, but like SL keeps putting them in. I can't think of anything off the top of my head right now, but I'm sure after I stop the stream, I'm gonna be like, oh, I should have said that. But right now I can't think of anything. I feel like Linden Lab has really improved Second Life in the past like 5 years alone. We've gotten so many things like mesh and bento, and now we're getting baked on mesh and all kinds of stuff. So I feel like they still keep working at it, even though people say that they're not doing it or they're not paying attention. I don't know. I don't see that, but I'm not like in the day-to-day of renting or buying land or different things. So I don't know how that has affected the community, but to me, I just feel like all I see is improvements, and you know, I'm so thankful for it and happy for it. But what do I want feature wise? I don't know. I think maybe I would love it if they were able to update the base avatar, so maybe we wouldn't need all these different, you know, mesh body parts and things that we wear. But I don't know if that's even possible. But that would be like a complete overhaul of the whole system, and I'm sure a lot of things would break, like older things. So I don't know if that would be just like a mess or what it would be, but yeah, something like that would be good. Let's see any more questions. I experienced that also with the necks, but soon found that was my body skin and head skin. Okay, right. So yeah, so you should be able to change the skin tone from here, hopefully, and that should work. Oh right, let me plug Drax's thing a little bit. Drax has made a movie about disability in virtual worlds and in Second Life, and it's actually briefing at the US Congress. So if you're in Washington DC, click on over to Drax's Twitter. It's like twitter.com/Drax. He's sharing information about it, and you can go actually check it out. And he's gonna have it up on his YouTube channel on May 18th or something. So check that out. I will blog about it when he gets it up on his YouTube channel. So it's a wonderful film. And it shows how much virtual worlds do for people, and I'm definitely going to be so happy to see it and share it when it comes out. So yeah, just plug in that for Drax there. I started SL when I was diagnosed with the world's most painful disease. I hope you're feeling better, Cube. I know a lot of people in SL are here because, you know, they're not able to live the life they want to live in the real world, so SL gives them that option. So it's just I can't say enough about SL. There's so many positive things that I've seen with my own eyes here, and it's wonderful. SL taught me that I'm capable of putting myself out there creatively and it won't kill me. Exactly. Let me see. And now I'm going across. So I would love to see the day when a person playing an instrument looks truly real. Yeah, that would be nice. The move to the cloud, the Animesh project, SL on mobile is coming. SL on mobile is coming, Drax? I didn't know this. That is exciting. You heard it here first, guys, from Drax. SL on mobile is coming. New Winlight, yeah, that would be nice too. New base avatar. SL is like a smaller Earth. I live in the Netherlands and found friends in Canada, England. In the end, friends are your true wealth. Definitely. Okay, Sam Hayskins has a question. If you're not supposed to wear your alpha when using baked on mesh skins, then does the classic body not interfere with the mesh body? When you apply the, I'm not sure how baked on mesh will work exactly, because right now the way it works is not really the way it's going to work. So from what I glean and understand is when you apply the tattoo layer onto your mesh body parts, it kind of works as an alpha. You know what? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't want to give the wrong information because I haven't played around with how it's really supposed to work. I think the person that could answer that question best would be Kathy Foyle. And she has a YouTube channel too. If you just search Kathy Foyle, her channel will come up, and she's done quite a few videos about baked on mesh now. So check those out, and maybe she has the answer in there. I haven't had a chance to watch all of them, so I don't want to give out the wrong information. But once it comes out and it's working properly and I know how it works, then I'm definitely going to share it with you guys. But right now, I really don't know about it right now. So Drax is saying the big storyline about pain management in the movie. Okay. I think I'm getting really tired of talking, so I think that I'm gonna end the AMA because I feel like it's gonna go on forever. Oh wait, please the blouse or dress you're wearing, where is it from? Oh right, it's actually all my style credits are in my blog post, and of course you're gonna find that link in the description of the video. But this dress is from Giz Sion. I hope I pronounced that correctly, and it should be in her main store because she released it last month at some events, so hopefully it's there. And of course I'll link to it. It's linked from my blog post already. And that's it, guys. And I'm gonna end my stream now because I was planning actually to stream a little bit in Sansar on Twitch. There was a big update in Sansar just a couple of days ago, so I'm gonna pop on over to Twitch after I drink some more water, and I'm gonna show you the updates on Sansar. If you don't know what my Twitch channel is, it's I think it's just twitch.com/strawberrysing. I don't know. I have a link to it in my on my blog at the top somewhere. You can click on over. So I'm gonna hop on onto Sansar and show you the updates. There's like a lot of new updates, and you can actually log into Sansar using your Twitch account, which is kind of crazy if you ask me, but yeah. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. It was fun doing Ask Me Anything. I don't know, did you guys enjoy me answering the questions? Should I do this more often? Maybe I'll just do it once a year on my Rez Day or something, but it was fun. I think I got quite a variety of questions. Hopefully that covers everything that you guys, wanted to know more about. And of course, you can contact me anytime you have more questions. Via email is probably the best way to contact me. And that's it, guys. I am gonna be logging out now. Thanks again. Thank you for all the Rez Day wishes and all of that. Again, I am having a 5,000 Linden Rez Day giveaway on my blog. All you have to do is click on over to my blog post. It's linked in the description of the video, and enter the giveaway in the comments. You just share your Second Life name and share if you have a bento head and what your favorite one is. And that's it. And then I will pick the giveaway winner. I think it's May 12th. What did I say? I think I said next Tuesday. Sorry, not 12th, May 15th. I'm going to announce the winner at 6 a.m. SL time in the comments of the blog post. So go ahead and join. And that's it, guys. Okay. I'm glad you guys were here. Thank you again. Love you all. Take care, guys. Bye.